I notice after 70 that there's more ache and pain. You just have to let go of plans and let it be.
As I age, I really wanted a garden that requires virtually no maintenance.
I guess what I've learned, the garden is a special thing. They keep me healthy and to keep me calm. Gardening can be a lifetime pursuit. No matter how old we get, how we age, and what circumstances change, we can simply adapt.
It's much more interesting to be physically active in the garden than it is to take a walk. It's definitely part of my spiritual and my mental well-being, but in a way that you don't know that that's what it is. It makes me very happy to be outdoors, to be growing things. So I think it's a great retirement activity because it keeps your mind going as well as your body. I don't know whether we need more.
I'm going to do another.
Well, you see, this side here can fall on the box.
It can drape
So that's
over,
better, right?
Yeah, it can drape down.
Well, the raised bed started when I had to wait for my hip replacement. I waited 5 years because they said I was too young. And I could not use my kneeling bench. I could not bend over. I was really kind of laid up. And so a friend of ours, Pierre, had this idea that he could use the round wood. And the idea was to bring it to waist height so that I wouldn't have to bend over and could keep gardening until I finally got my hip replaced. Now, nobody has this height of soil hanging around their yard. So in the bottom are these styrofoam pieces about yay big and yay big. Only the top foot is soil. The bottom has 2 layers of these styrofoam pieces in it. I love my raised beds. I would never change it because they allow me to do a lot of changing of position. I can work standing up in the raised beds, then I can go on the kneeling bench and do something on the ground. I can come back to the raised beds. So I'm able to deal with having arthritis in my spine, which just about everybody my age has, and keep going.
Specially adapted tools are very important for making gardening work comfortable.
This is our favorite weeding tool, both of us. It's sharp and it's very light. I like this tool because it weighs next to nothing. I can't tell you what it weighs, but it weighs next to nothing. It stays sharp, and it's great for working in the raised beds.
I'd rather do it there for a couple of reasons. Partly because this has been tapered to fit that steel part, and I want to put that steel part back on here. Tetra Society, their mandate is to make adaptive gadgets, tools, anything to make the life of somebody with disabilities easier. One of our clients called me yesterday and she said she doesn't have enough strength in her hands and her arms to manage a conventional spading fork, and the lady really wants to do her own digging in the ground. And what she wants in a spading fork is a T-handle or a T-bar. She doesn't want this handle on it. So I was just going to cut this off with a hacksaw here and then hammer this back down onto it. So this is a prototype, and now it's going to be used just like this. You talk to anybody with disabilities, and they weren't always disabled, and before that they had passions and hobbies, and it's great to carry on.
All my life, part of my enjoyment is getting dirt under my fingernails. Okay, I'll try to plant 2. My hands are very weak, my wrists are weak. This is all from post-polio syndrome. I have no opposition in my thumbs, and I have major arthritis. So the conditions here are absolutely ideal, and it's a godsend. I used to be able to stand, but I can't do that anymore. So the slightly lower beds are a real help. The tool is extremely lightweight. There's been a lot of thought put into the design of the beds and the quality of what's in the beds.
The Disabled Independent Gardeners Association works in gardens around Greater Vancouver.
The white is like it's incredibly delicate, so you want to plant them so that the white is completely covered, and literally plant one at a time, because those things are going to get this big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Digger's mandate is to provide people with disabilities the wherewithal and the know-how and the tools needed to plant, grow, and harvest food that they're able to eat. There's no just going to Safeway to buy your food. You get to see where it comes from. It's just back to basics. In gardening, you can do it in small spaces, you can do it in a pot, you can pretty well do it anywhere you can have a spot of sun. And that's what it is. It's getting your hands in the dirt.
When we get old and decrepit, which I am, maintaining some creativity gets more and more important. It means something to me in the following through a process from planting to nurturing to harvesting and to cooking. It's continuing something that I've loved to do all my life, and I'm very, very grateful to Digga for it.
I'm legally disabled, and that's because of visual impairment. I guess in the context of gardens, planting seeds is kind of a challenge. So this is really important to me because I love fresh produce, and it's nice to contribute to growing your own food and get out early in the morning and do a little weeding or whatever, and harvest some things, and just, you know, pull a lettuce and take it across the street and make myself a salad. It's just a real bonus. It's wonderful.
This is looking very puny now that I've taken out all the dead stuff that was supporting it.
It'll come back.
One of the lovely things about a small garden is it's like a little oasis in the middle of the downtown. A lifetime gardener, Mary Wynne Ashford, has seen significant changes in her life. Her husband is now in a care home, and she's moved into a small urban house. I'm happy to have downsized. Taking the pleasure in the time of getting a garden going again is really very satisfying, and I guess the garden matches my own abilities now, and that's good. For me to care for it is getting to be more of a challenge. I'm 78, so it's, I don't know how much longer I'll be able to do it physically, but it's a huge pleasure to see it coming together now.
I see this changing a lot because then things you pick up at the grocery store
Can go in here?
can go in here.
I'm an
And
impulse buyer from the
And then
grocery store.
when you get tired of them, you can say, here, could you put that in the garden?
That's right,
I have
that's right.
something new.
The boxes are decorative so that you can have these pots at any height that you want, and you can keep moving them to follow the sun. If I've guessed wrong and something's not getting any sun, then I can just lift the boxes out. They're easy enough, I can lift them. Then your little blue pot could go on top of that and it would show. Yeah. It's about fitting into a small space that is manageable and not having a lot of maintenance. The downsizing reminds you of how dependent you are on two people to maintain things. A landscape architect in Toronto, Ron Holbrook lives in a very low-maintenance garden in a very urban space, proving that gardens can be adapted to almost any situation.
The importance of a garden, I mean, it goes without question. It's a sanctuary. It's a place to pause. It's a place to sort of rejuvenate. And it all sounds a bit cliche, but in fact, it truly is what this space has become. Being a landscape architect, I think I've mastered the art of creating a space that requires virtually no maintenance. As I age, I had to garden in this way. This is, without doubt, an extension of the home, and I wanted to create basically an outdoor living room. The plant material has been carefully selected almost as pieces of sculpture in a space. These tamaracks, being native, they give you that sort of Northern Ontario look juxtaposed in an urban environment. Obviously, being on a roof garden, we require a very well-designed irrigation system, which basically takes care of all the water requirements and alleviates the worry. All of the components of this space are truly my favorites. And that's simply what this space does. It really does give me a sense of daily enjoyment.
I think there's a base need in every human being to watch something grow and take care of something and nurture it. That's our biggest mandate. I believe in it. I've seen the results as a nurse. I've seen the results. Sometimes it just takes hard work and dirty fingers.
My parents loved to garden, my mom especially. And I remember saying, can I have a little corner? And I grew a little garden. They said, oh, I guess so, and gave me a little piece.
Betty Sherwood's garden is made up of wild native plants and some perennials. Her philosophy is, let the garden be what it wants, which means she has to do very little work to maintain it.
Dad lived here till he was 103 in this house. And I remember him saying, I can garden. The trouble is, I can get down, but I can't get up again. And there's something about your knees aging that it's something to wrestle with. So because I don't put in annuals every year, I don't have to do so much work. And because there's lots of just letting it be, it's better. I notice after 70 that my body doesn't, there's more ache and pain gardening, so this is much easier. You just have to let go of plans and let it be.
Went into Safeway this one day and these two ladies telling each other, you should go over there out on Garnet Street. There's a lady that has a beautiful garden every year. And this clerk at Safeway, he goes pointing me out because he knew, you know. Well, they call me the lady on Garnet Street with all the flowers. You know. Well, I thought this year I was going to downsize, but I didn't. I just like it too much.
Regina's Theola Vanstone could slow down and do less, but she loves her plants and flowers too much. As she ages, she has adapted by moving more slowly and carefully. Otherwise, she keeps on gardening by sheer force of will.
Have to have it looking right, everything in. My kids thought I should sell and go into a condo or a senior's place. So I said, when I can't do my own yard, I'll think about it. Until then, don't talk to me about it. I have to be careful because all my life I've had kind of a weak back. So I just have to use my head and not, you know, do something too stupid. But after it's hurting, oh, I shouldn't have done that, you know. There, this old fella's done. Oh, someday I won't be here and they'll say, oh, I guess the old lady has left us.
Let's just follow one of these paths down here. I have a lot of different feelings. One is how beautiful it is. I do remember how beautiful it was when we were living here, but coming back and seeing it reminds me of, you know, each thing that we put in. This is a hydrangea that my sister gave me 3 years ago, and it's just really taken off. This was an old cottage when we bought the property, and all of this was just lawn and open to the deer. So about all that grew was really just small gardens around the house, and that was about it. Keeping it so beautiful and so well nourished looking. God, I can't believe that I did so much work out here. As I'm looking at it and thinking of the little garden that I'm in now, and it's just about as big as this space, and I think of how long it's taking me to get that in shape, There's just no way that I could deal with this huge, huge area now. I knew for several years that it was getting beyond our control and that it was time to move. You know, I can't tell you how hard that is to do. See, this one is looking awfully pale and peaky too. It's a lot of learning for me. It really is a lot of learning. But the limitations you really need to think about before you start. I should have put in a sprinkler system first thing. It's made an enormous difference. These get watered at 4 in the morning now. The other thing is having these movable pots has been really terrific. The whole thing about downsizing is, well, it's a huge stage, I guess, of emotional growth where you realize that what you've had before you can't continue with, you can't do it. But letting go of that and changing over is much more difficult than I ever thought. So much stuff that you have to discard. And in a garden, so much that you have to give up that you can't have anymore. I can't have one of those giant, beautiful dogwood trees anymore, and I can't have plants that are big and spectacular. It's just not going to work. But it's also sort of saying goodbye to a different lifestyle that fits you when you're 50 years old, and it doesn't fit when you're coming up to 80. It's not the same.